Hey guys, Allison here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking with Groomer Jess. If you don't know her, she is a groomer and she owns a mobile unit called Paparazzi Pets. She's on Instagram, famous for her scissor flipping videos that she does on Instagram, and y'all wanted to hear from her, so I messaged her and was like, yo, we gotta chat, and we just chatted it up. So I'm gonna switch on over and show you all our interview, and that's about it. Hope y'all enjoy. So we got Groomer Jess up today, and we've got y'all's questions from Instagram for y'all's viewing pleasure. We're gonna answer those, and we'll start super simple. Jess, where do you live?
Where do I live? Originally from the Bronx, New York. Now I live in Trumbull, Connecticut.
Cool. So that's where you do your mobile.
A little bit more, some grass and a little bit of yard.
Yes. Awesome. How long have you been a groomer?
16 years in the game.
16.
I look at you, I look at your work, and I go, oh my goodness, look at that young, fresh, nice old, ready to get in a groomer. I'm still that way, but it takes a lot, like a lot of years. You just have to keep that. You have to keep it going. You have to keep the passion alive. It's like any relationship. You know what I mean?
Yes.
16 years. Like, I look now and I'm like, oh my God, like I got old. I got old.
It went by quick.
Old in the game.
Yes. You definitely have to, stay in it and do, the grooms that you love to, keep it going. Because I haven't even been in it that long, and, some days I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to, just stop and go dye a dog and do something really fun and something that I enjoy doing instead of shave downs all day sometimes. But
yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Cool. Let me see what we got here next. Alright, so there's this video that you did, and you're over here, you're twirling your scissors, and it's like rapid fire going on or something. I don't even know what you call it. And everybody has to know, how many times have you dropped your scissors practicing your moves?
I don't really practice. When you guys, so it's crazy when you guys see the videos. So this is how a video would break down in my head.
Okay.
When you're working and you're dyeing a dog and you kind of get in your realm and your vibe. So I'll just be scissoring a dog or maybe waiting for it to be bathed and doing appointments, and I'm like, oh, I got an awesome idea. And then it just comes in my head, and I tell my assistant, I'm like, give me the theme song from Ghostbusters, but I need instrumental. And she's looking at me like, what in the ever? It just comes from it's like a plane. It comes in my head, and I gotta let it out. So when you see the scissors happening, I'm like, I don't know if I'm in a really super electric mood, and I just do it. I would tell you a handful of times, 6 times, And I actually just recently put up a video about, towards the end, one of them actually falls. It's like a blooper video.
Oh, yeah.
I slowed it down so you can see it actually releasing in my face. I think, I'm in the video, so, when I actually edit it, I'm like, oh, my God, this right now? I think it's funny because I'm like, look at my face. This is crazy.
Yes, it is. There is one where you were at Fitz. You're at Fun of the Sun. And so that's the Orlando show. For anyone who doesn't know, it's the big grooming Orlando show they do every year. And that's, in October? Yeah.
Yeah, October.
Yeah, end of October. And you were at the Loyalty Pet Products booth. And you just, was that just, total impromptu? You just had to do it.
What's up, dear? We're at Fun in the Sun. We got this new set. You see it online? You want to know how it works? This is my sweetheart. This is Michelle Daniel Worth. Come on now. You know where I'm at? Loyalty Pet. I got loyalty. You want to know if these scissors move? They move. Groomer Jess is represented. It's my sweetheart, Michelle. She'll love it that I'm twirling it up. Done. We're done. It's done. It's all done. You want to know where to get them? Loyalty Pet.
Well, this is the thing. I met Michelle at Hershey, and a lot of the times you meet groomers that like I think her work is fantastic. Just because everybody thinks I'm great, I also have other people I admire.
Yes.
And I'm like, she's got edge, she's got style. She's not from New York or like a big area, and I'm like, yes. So like I admire her because I think she has a lot of like swag, and her haircuts are on point.
Yes.
So like I met her at Love Groomers and we were chatting, whatever, and she was like so dope, so nice, and I was like asking her questions, and she wasn't like, who are you? Like, where are you coming from? She was like, oh yeah, like, and I was like, I like people like that. So when I was walking around the bend and I like got out of our booth, I was like, I saw her box, and I'm like, oh, I gotta do a video for my sweetheart. I'm like, who's the girl in there? My bad. I think I'm messing up her name. I think it's Megan, but I might be messing up. Anyways, if I mess up your name, I'm sorry if you see this. But she actually recorded. She's like, hold on, let me record it. And I was like, come on, give me a jacket. Let's do it right now. And they were like, what's going on right now? And I'm like, it's in my head. I got to do this right now.
You got to do it right now.
Like I got the pling. So as soon as the idea came in and like he opened the box, and I was just like, oh, I hope I don't drop these damn scissors.
Yeah.
But
no, that was so great.
Usually, like the smaller, like 6-inch scissors, like little to no drop. Like with the last video that I dropped, that was like a 9-inch shear, and like right before I did the twirling, I had like a dachshund that I put like silky sheen on from Chris Christensen.
Yes.
So like I laced the dog up, and then I'm like going like that on my.
You're like, oh crap.
Yeah. Like the beat dropped. I'm like, come on, let's go. And then she was like, uh-oh, and I was like. Later on, I was like, oh, let me see that video. And she was like, oh, this is a blooper. And I was like, we're gonna put that on because everybody asked how many times you dropped the scissors.
Yeah, it was like the top asked question. How many times have you dropped your scissors twirling them around? But like, we're gonna have to add a blooper. I'm gonna have to try this at work and see what happens, and I'll have to update everyone. And I twirl my scissors around. We're gonna have to find something. I don't care that I drop, but I don't know if that's possible.
Yeah.
Something from grooming
Try
school.
your dirty scissors first. And go with a small scissor, dirty scissors first. There's a groomer. Her name is Yo Gabs. She's been doing pretty good, but I went from 1 to 2, and the video that I dropped had 2, and on my left it was a 9-inch shear. So I mean, I'm not saying that's why I dropped it, but and it worked. It worked afterwards. It wasn't mixed, but it was a hell of it. It like flew. I was like, oh god.
Oh. Yeah. I was like, ugh.
Poor camera woman.
Yes.
And she was flying towards her.
Right. Oh man. No, it's like me and Michelle have been. So Michelle is my mentor. I don't know if you knew that or not. So
no,
we've been talking about that video forever. I was like, we've got to know more about this. Like that was freaking awesome. Do you have a name for the scissor twirling act that it is? I don't even know what we call it. I feel like it needs a name.
I don't know. I guess the fans have to. You gotta tell them they gotta name whatever they feel they have to name it. I don't know.
Okay.
But I just go into my mode. It's like literally like legit. My scissors are extensions of my hands, like that.
Yeah,
like,
that's how it should be.
A lot of groomers everybody says that, but I mean, they're like so. For me, it's like it's just in motion. It's like, come on, you want to go? Let's go. Come on, we gotta go. Let's chop it up.
And you can tell when we see your posts and stuff. That's like, I think what is so drawing to people. It like, you can tell it's just like a thing. You're just like, yep, we're going, we're doing it. It's great. Like your
like
energy on everything.
With the cat, the one with the Ghostbuster one.
Yes.
And like that cat I've had for so long, and he's like, meh.
This is Cheech, his hair is overgrown. This is all his undercoat. His hair is overgrown. I got the Andes tool. This guy, it needs it done. Look at this hair. Come on, I'm in the neighborhood, and Cheech calls. Who you gonna call? Groomer Jess! When the undercoat is everywhere. Who you gonna call? Call Gabby. Seen it. I ain't afraid of no hair. Seen it. I ain't afraid of no hair. Woo! Come on, Cheech, get with it. Come on.
I'm literally now is like what 12 years later. He's like, all right, come on, just do me. And I was using my Andes trick, and I was like, na 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 na. that's when I was like, get that song right now. And then I just break out. It's, it's just.
I love it. That's a perfect example of, like, what it would be like an airplane just, like, coming and, like, boom, it's here.
It lands right in my brain.
I
like,
love it.
A lot of the stuff, like people are like, oh, where do you get your inspiration from? Like, why are you always so happy? I'm like, the music. If I'm cutting a dog and I hear this, like, that will, like, get into my psyche, and I'm like, doo-doo-doo-doo. Like, I'm like, put music on. So, the music definitely starts me up.
It's a big inspiration. What's music that is something, like, what style of music are you always, like, drawn to? Or is it kind of just something different all the time?
Yeah, it's different all the time. But, like, I can go from Madonna all the way to Ozuna, like reggaeton. Like, I can go, like Michelle. Like, she's all over the place with her music.
Yeah.
And then, like, the other, like, I put a shit to up yesterday on my story. Like, she looked like Liza Minnelli to me. I'm like, come on, let's do some Liza. I could do Bette Midler, like, sometimes, like, like, my assistant is probably the better one to, like, interview, because she will give you the lowdown. She'll be like, oh, my God, when she likes a song, it plays, like, 6 times.
She's like, I want to, like, make sure the song never plays again when I'm in, like, my personal existence.
Then it gets into her head, but right now, I like Super Lonely by Bey. Like, that song, it's probably been on my thing. She's like, I'm a lonely bitch. I'm like, yes.
Oh, my gosh. I love it.
So, and that gives me the idea to be like, all right, I got to get a Yorkie that's got super tuned. So that'll stay in my brain until I get the right Yorkie that is just like, la, 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 la. And then I'll, like, add it with the music and dance with the dog. And I'm like, yes, you're the right dog. So it's almost like, it's like a pairing. It's got to be the right time.
So, let me see. I was going to have a follow-up for that. What started you making, like, the videos with the dogs while you're working? Was it, like, because, like, everyone always asks, like, you're so happy, you're always, like, so upbeat, you're always, like, just...
Yeah, this is normally me, like, right now.
It's just a total, like, everyone wants to work with you vibe. But do your dogs feed off that, like, while you're working, and is that, like... they respond to you, so you're like, yes, I want to video it, this is what we're doing? How's that work?
It's more of like I just said with the other dog, like, I'll have something in my mind, or like some song that I love, like 1 month it'll be like a Charlie Puth month, like it'll be like all about Charlie Puth, and then the next month, it'll be George Michael. It's like so all over the place. Earth, Wind and Fire. Unfortunately, I'm not a country girl. I don't want to disappoint, but like there's just some song I need a beat drop, or some type of. And, like, the lonely stories, and I'm like, oh, boy, I start getting sad.
Yeah, you can't do it. I can't do country music either. I can listen to, like, anything, but country music just is, like, nails on a chalkboard.
That's probably, like, my biggest downfall.
I can't do it. And I live in Kentucky, but I can't do it. I can't do it.
So, yeah, that's how, some dogs, like, I have a specific dogs that I know that never, like, people will be like, well, can you do a video with my dog today, or can you do, like, a live with my dog? And I'm like, no, I cannot, like, I'm not, like, one of these guys that can just perform, like, because then it's not genuine, and you guys are like, like, like,
that makes sense.
It is what it is. When it's on, it's on.
It just happens.
What it is.
I like that. That's nice. It makes it, like you said, it makes it genuine.
Like I said, if I have a song in my head, there's some premeditation to it, but most of it is like, this is the right time, and then whatever happens between that video, it happens.
I love it. Yes.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Let me see what other questions I got for you. Let me see here.
I got one on mine. Somebody asked us a
go
quick
for
one.
it.
Like a usual one. Like, what's your favorite breed to do?
That was one I had
when
too.
I worked in salons, Wheaten Terriers were my favorite.
Okay.
They were just, I don't know, I think they were like the most unruly, like kind of like, they were almost like the pit bull. Like nobody wanted to do like the Westies.
Yeah.
So I'm more of a terrier type of girl because of that. Like I like the underdogs.
Okay.
Like the poodle would come in, and I feel like they would come in and they would be like, darling, you're messing with those terriers. And like, that's right. We're getting down over here. So like I got really good at like, drops in the Wheaten's faces and things like that. Unfortunately, I don't get it a lot in the mobile. Just because people don't keep a lot of Wheatens around here. But yeah, I would say Wheaten terrier line is my thing.
So do you do a lot of hand stripping with that? Or do you do mostly pet stuff?
I have. It's mostly pet stuff because people just don't have, like, you can educate them, but half the time that they're pretty much in their cycle, they're kind of like, just do it short. And I'm like, I like to use a comb on the terriers and then do a little hand stripping
and card
mix
them
a little
out.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to give them a little, get their oils going and let their body know, like, all right, we can do a little, keep them healthy.
Yeah, helps their skin out and everything. It definitely.
For sure.
That was one of the questions I had. Let me see.
And to follow that, like, everybody's like, okay, that's like a standard. I like cool dogs. Like, if there's like a cool dog that comes in, I'm like, dude, you're like a cool, like, you're just like the bomb. Like, I want to hang out with you. Let's hang out with me. They're like my friends,
Yeah.
And like, so like, what dogs are like dogs that are straight up like psycho, like the psycho ones that are like really, I'm really just bringing the comb towards you. They gotta go to Bellevue. Bellevue dogs, I can't do it.
You're like, I can't. We're not vibing. It's not working.
I think in the beginning of your career, you're so hungry and you need to learn those like techniques.
Yes.
And that's really like poignant. You need that. And I think towards the ending, not ending, but towards your senior type of like, your hands hurt more and you're not as quick, it happens. It's like a dancer,
Yeah.
You're just going to get a little slower response. So you're just like, okay, listen. It's like old people. You won't put your grandma on the like roller coaster. Don't put me on a roller coaster with no crazy like, like I had a barber once and he had like, not a Karen mix. What's the one that Madonna has? Why am I losing my mind?
I don't know.
Looks like a rat terrier. Either ways, they're gonna hate me for that. But this dog, he was a mix anyways. But this dog, a terrier breed. I mean, for no reason, just like she's just like that, and I'm like, okay, stop. I think that there are dogs that can be rehabilitated, and they're just little peculiarities. Like I have a dog that will only let me go with like a 5-in-1 right here. And that's okay. Like, we can rock like that.
Yeah.
It's just dogs that are straight up, like they just need, like, they need something more. I'm like, okay, guys. Unless the owner, like, unless the owner is like, oh, my God, like, this is the last straw. And I'm like, okay. If I have enough time, I says, let me do a mitzvah for this dog.
Yes.
But, and then the other part of that is, to second that, because this goes into, like, aggressive dogs, where you only do, like, non-aggressive dogs. The thing is that you have more to lose at 16 years versus at the second year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that you do. I mean, like, I'm in year 2. I'm in year 2 of grooming, and you're year 16. So I mean, like, I totally 100%, like, you've got like all your stuff already like set up.
Yeah.
Like everything's already like where you've already
making
built
more
all
moves,
this.
You're making a bigger part in your career. Your face is your whole body's starting to droop already. You guys are young whippersnappers. You're going to come back a little bit quicker. And that's not to say, like, people say, well, yeah, but if my hand gets bit, like, I'm done at year 2. At least you had 16 years. It's a double-edged sword, but you just want to watch and pick what you choose. That's pretty much it. It's like when you're young, you go out clubbing, you're reckless, you're drinking Red Bulls, vodkas, you're just doing these crazy things. Like, now I have kids. I'm like, oh, I got to put my signal light on. Like, it just freaking happens.
It does. It's as you grow, you're just like, it is. It's exactly, you couldn't have put it better, honestly. That's exactly how it goes. Like, you just got to pick and choose who's going to vibe with you. And also, it's a timing thing. I'm so busy that I really don't have the time to spend 2-3 hours, like, playing with, like, a little Shih Tzu that doesn't want me to do the inside of its, yes.
stop here. Like, it's just, what we doing, guy?
Yeah, like, I mean, you're mobile, you've got to get on to the next one. Like, I mean, you don't got time for that. Definitely not.
Yeah, no. And then everybody wants that. Here's another question. Like, everybody wants to know timing on haircuts. And it's interesting for me because I'm in my tube, Like, I do what I do. I see what I see on the gram. So it's like, I look at these haircuts, I'm like, well, it's fantastic. And then I look at the timing, I'm like, well, 3 hours. And I'm like, well, if I had 3 hours, I mean, like, nothing. There would be nothing out of place. It would just be like a model dog.
Yeah.
But in reality, when you're in mobile, somebody asked, like, what's the biggest drawback between a salon or a shop brick-and-mortar versus mobile? So humidity is a deal, right? I mean, you get it in the shops too, but humidity in the mobile, you're going to fight that a little bit more for curl, fluff out, scissoring.
Definitely.
The finishing. You're in a smaller space, so, like, I don't have the perspective to move back and look at my work.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of tricks to deal with those things, but I can't walk around or kind of, like, walk and get a phone call and be like, oh, wow, like, that face is not right or that ear is kind of unleveled. And in that time, so I have basically an hour to shine, get a perfect bath, perfect fluff, and that dog perfect behavior. And then now, like, add a video in or do, like, a
yeah,
live.
because that takes a lot of time. Believe me, that takes so much time.
A lot of people don't know how much time you devote to this and, like, answering questions. Like, they'll ask a question, like, oh my God, it got back to me. I'm like, right, there's, like, 67 other questions. And my child, when I walked in, was like, mama, mama, mama. So it's like, you know, like, we're still real people, you know,
yes.
But my main thing is when I was a younger groomer, and I don't say baby because you're not a baby groomer. You're already competing. You're doing this. You're establishing yourself. It's really not the years. It's what you're putting into it too.
Yeah.
You have people that can go for 30 years and they still don't know how to do certain things. And you're like, what were you doing?
Yeah.
So
no, it is 100%.
Yeah, the online, we're kind of segueing into things, but the online portion of it is another thing, you know, and going into that is people are like, I see a lot of people doing lives, you know, like live videos, and I'm like, listen, and all the time, like, do you think I did good, or like, what do you think about it? I'm like, this is what I think. I think that you need to have an idea as to where you're going with that. Like, do you want a product endorsed? What do you want to do with this? Is just you want to share your techniques? Like, where is it going to serve you? Is just you want to be a teacher? And I said, because anything can happen live. You know, I'm very conscious. I mean, It seems like I'm just like, you know, so fun. I am, but I'm very conscious. And like, you know, people, I'll get like a little pushback sometimes, like, oh, wow, like I wouldn't want that done to my dog. And I'm like, 1 minute, 59.9 seconds versus an hour groom of fun means nothing. I'm like a super technician. I'm like I take my groomings like a heart attack, like that serious. And getting to my stops, like my wife was, she's like, oh my God, like the way you act with your business, she's like, my truck, it's like super clean. I won't let a day go by that is not the way, the standard is not that way. And people come in and they're like, wow, it really is like that. And I'm like, no, it really is.
Yeah, like that's how it is 24/7. I mean, like, and you've got to be in this industry because things happen in a blink of an eye, and it's just like,
it could ruin your career. You know, you want to be fun online, and you kind of want to like mimic, you know, either me or somebody you're seeing, and then you're like, you know, doing this, and like you cut the tip of the nose off, and you're like, oh my God, and people see it, and you're like, oh, the video, you know, you're live.
You are. Lives terrify me. People ask me to go live, and like they want me to show them how to do this or whatever, and I'm like, I'm not in a place where I can tell you how to do that. Like, I try real hard, but I don't I don't want to point anybody in the wrong direction, and I'm just like, it's stressful.
Yeah, it takes years to also know if you're doing the right thing, too.
Yeah.
You know, like, when I did Fun in the Sun, like, I was having a conversation with Jay Scruggs, and I'm like, dude, like, you're like my dude, you're the guy, you know, like, we're all setting up, and like, you know, you don't want to fan out on, you know, because you're just like, you get it, like, I get it. Like, sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I'm so tired, and I could barely talk. And people, like, in the bathroom, it's, you know, and listen, it's fantastic. It's so nice that I can influence other people. But, you know, going back to that point, and he's like, so, like, you calling me old? And I'm like, yo, back in the day when I was a young groomer, he's like, so you're saying I'm old? I'm like, yeah, you're an old dog in the ring. And he starts laughing. But, you know, like, he inspired me. Some people ask, like, who inspires you?
Yeah, that was one of my questions.
And he was funny. And he would be like, well, you know, like, I have an hour and a half. Like, this dog, no, we're doing a 7F strip. And it always, like, resonated in my mind. I'm like, he's a down-ass guy. Like, that guy. And he's like, yeah, I got too busy. I just stripped everything off my truck. They don't even know I'm a mobile groomer. And I'm like, well, that's a way to go. And, like, when you first start out, you're like, I would never do that. Now, oh my God, I'm like, I get it. Like, I get it. Because, like, you know.
What was, like, some of your, like you said, Jay Scruggs, what are, like, a couple other people that, like, inspire you or, like, mentor people or people you looked up to for sure?
Jay and Sue, I didn't have a lot, like, now, like, you have the Gabriels, you have, like, so many people out there, Michelle's, and, like, there's, like, the Joshes, there's, like, the Blakes, and the Laura James. Like, there's so many people out there right now that are doing good stuff, and, like, they want to help, and they really want this industry to, like, keep on going up. But, you know, when I was, you know, 16 years ago, there wasn't the social media. There wasn't really a lot of people. I come from that school of, I'm not going to tell my secrets. I'm not going to tell my secrets. And everybody was like, you know, like, I'm not going to show my technique. So it's the craziest thing, but a Mexican guy was the one to fix my technique up.
What?
Fun fact.
That's awesome.
I've always been like trying to be scissor happy. I love scissors. It was just my thing from the beginning, you know. Like Jilly, she loves, and you guys like Milena, all the creative, and there's a ton more. But that's like your guys' thing. Like you said, it makes me happy.
Yeah.
So like whenever I'm like scissoring and I got this beautiful coat, like I go into like a zone. And I used to look at him and I'm like, how is this guy getting these dogs out in 45 minutes to an hour? And I'm there. And I'm like, what is happening? My feet start to look like little pencil sticks. I'm like, what is going on
We've been there. Everyone's been there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. This is like the year 1, year 1.5.
Yes.
And I'm like, what are you doing? And just because he had the adversity because he didn't have the language, but he was a good groomer because he couldn't speak English. Like, people didn't take him seriously. And because I spoke Spanish, I said to him in Spanish, like, what are you doing with these dogs that I'm not doing? He's like, he tells me, he goes, listen, teacher. He calls me the teacher. He goes, listen, teacher, you're just doing too much. Like, keep it simple, stupid. Like, and it was really that simple. He was like, just form a process, keep it the same all the time, and like when it's done, it's done. Like, that's it. Like, don't overdo it. And I was like, that was it. And it was very interesting because I had started at this salon and that it was super intimidating. Huge standards, like powder puff gray, and they were elegant. I'm like, I can't do that. You know, it was just like overwhelming. Bedlingtons. I mean, they had, you know, Springer Spaniels. I love Spaniels too. But again, you don't get a lot of them.
You don't get a lot of them.
I just feel that it was Jay, it was Sue, Sam Cole. I would go up to, you know, like those were like my books from school. I went to American Academy in New York City, by the way.
Okay.
Which I graduated a certified baiter. I was not a groomer. That is a lie. They don't teach you. Like, even now, there's like no school that you could really like, even in New York, that you can really get down and like get your hours and be like, that's an accredited school. What's happening? You know, it's crazy.
It's there's slim to none. Yeah,
like, and right. So like that question's so hard to answer because there were so many people on the way that I would kind of like stalk and like go to the shows. It was hard to find information. So he changed it for me, and then from there I just developed my own style and like a lot of piecing together of different people, things. That's it.
I think we have it easier now in this day and age, like my generation, because like you said, we've got the Gabriels and the Blakes and the Michelles and all of them on social media, like wanting to help and like step in and be like, here's what you need to do differently, and like it's just like in a comment you can get a critique, and like you said before, they didn't want to give out their information. It was all top secret, and it's just kind of crazy to think that probably the like mass presence of social media has changed a lot of that, and it's honestly changed the groomer community for the better, because we got a lot of people out here wanting to help each other instead of like trying to
keeps everybody accountable as well. There are other groomers that are more, like you said, like where you are right now. I was probably at year 4, year 5, you know, because you have had so much information and also what you put into it is always going to accelerate you, you know? Like, I needed to look for, like, my mother-in-law's dog, like a little Shih Tzu, like a little mangy Shih Tzu in the bottom of her basement in a dark fit, and I'm trying to do the, you know, bell her ears out. I go upstairs with the dog, think I did the best haircut. That dog trained me how to do a Shih Tzu. She really did. And she would go like this with her ears and bounce them up, and we would just be, like, 2 hours, like 2 hours. It was so much time. And everybody I'd be hearing it, would laugh upstairs, and I'd be like, ugh. But I put that work in. And I would go upstairs and like, oh my God, the ears are so short. They would make fun of the haircut. The dog looked like a Dutch boy. But you know what?
Hey.
Now my mother-in-law moved far away from me. She has to go to another groomer. So when her dog, she always has Shih Tzus. And then now they come to me and I go, oh my God, who gave them the haircut? Oh my. So it's almost like, you know, like life always comes back at you. Like it's Italian saying, don't spit up in the air. It can come right back at you. And her dogs look like I don't know, they got hit with the wrong type of scissor.
Oh, like a weed whacker sometimes. You're like, what were you grooming?
I don't even know. I can't even fathom it. It's like, I don't like, you know, it's like women. You want to empower other women, you know, you want to empower other groomers, but there's also just a percentage of groomers that just don't care. Yeah. And when I see that, that's when I'm like, come on. Like, if you're going to do a 7-inch strip, like, come on. Like, really? The technique it takes for you to execute a Bichon and the angles and just the curvature and
listen, I've been doing that haircut for 2 years. I have focused on nothing but that dang haircut, and it still is like...
Yeah. I like, so, and it's not to demean a 7F or whatever, but, I mean, the skill level is it's a different skill level.
Yeah.
So, my thing is, and I've said this on my lives, if you're asked to do a short haircut and you cannot, change them to keep it longer or to really, like, accentuate their body, and this is what they want, then do the damn best job you can do on that haircut, no?
Yeah.
Like, just, like, why does it have to look so crazy?
Like, people, I see it a lot around here. I live out in the country, and I get a lot of farm dogs, and they just want a 7 strip, sometimes like a 10 strip. I mean, like, and they're adamant. They ask for it. They know. And I'm like, I can't talk them out of it. And, I mean, that's what they want. And I get them sometimes in the, like I'll get them from other shops or whatever, and they're wanting me to fix it, and I'm like, if you would have just spent, like, an extra, like, 10 minutes, you're just like, deep breath, why, like, it makes me so frustrated, but there are people that don't care, and that's...
And that's, see, that is another huge reason why I do, like, the lives and whatever, because, like, I see the feeds and the rolling feeds, and I'm like, are they kidding me? Like, is this really going out there? Like, like, I look and I'm like, oh my God, don't take a picture of that. I'm like, that's just not really that great. Like,
yeah, I do that all the time.
I say to myself, I'm like, there are people who just need a little extra help, and it's funny to me, like, when you're like, that's the draw, like, I don't think I'm that funny, and people think I'm so funny. I'm like, I don't think I'm that funny.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm me, so, like, what, I'm not gonna laugh. No, you're funny. No.
No, you're definitely funny and entertaining, and I think it brightens everyone's day to watch your live and just watch you interact with your dogs. So sometimes, like, I'm bad about, like, just trying to get through work and get done, because like pet grooming pays the bills, but I really love the show grooming stuff, and, like, that's what I like to focus on, and that's what, like, makes me more happy. And so, like, you get in this, like, mundane,
oh yeah,
like,
you get in a rut. Oh yeah,
and it's hard to get out of. So, like, seeing other people that are happy and excited about, like, their job every day, and it's the same thing we do every day, dealing with the same issues, doing the exact same thing, and still has, like, such that positive attitude towards everything, is definitely, like, that's, like, who you are. That's, like, what you radiate, and it's, like, what everyone is, like, you can go to your page and watch your videos, watch your lives, and it's like...
sauce. It's that sauce.
Yes. It's like, if I'm having a bad day, I'm gonna hop on Jess's page. I'm gonna watch... I need to see her dancing with a dog somewhere, because it makes your day better. Like, I'm like, alright, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put some music on and bounce around and, like, try and make myself just be happy, because
it's crazy. It's crazy because I have a process, but because the thing with the also that a lot of people, like, they're like, wow, like, it's inspiring. I get that, but also, like, I'm going to take some kudos away from myself, because yes and no. I created my own environment, and I try to tell groomers that you have to create your own environment. If you're a home-based groomer, if you're a mobile groomer, if you're a salon groomer, if you're a competitive, you need to be in that more, because that's what's going to bring you that money and that light, and that's going to make the career for you. And I did the salon life, and then I didn't want to go mobile. I never wanted to go mobile, because I was like, I want a store, I want the lights, like, I want it all. Like, people would pass by and be like, that's my store, and I was like, like, the truck is janky, like, it's going to be in my, like,
Yeah.
But this is the narrative. And then I looked at the financials, and I'm like, wait a minute. I was in the salon one day. This is my aha moment for when I went mobile. And I asked the owner, she was like, she was a great groomer, whatever, but busy, 40, 50 dogs, and I want to say, about 38 dogs on a regular day.
Yeah,
Slow day was 23 dogs. So it's a high volume shop.
Yeah, it's a lot of dogs in and out.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was like a factory. There was bathers, and we were finishers, really. And I said to her, what's this dog's name? I almost felt like it was an assembly. It wasn't like that, like machine. But she's like, I don't know, just get the dog done. And I was like, that's it. That was my aha moment. I'm like, I can't groom this dog and not know this dog's name.
Yeah.
Because now this is just an object that we're moving along, and I'm not okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I was like, definitely going to be mobile. I want the one-on-one. And when I'm interacting with the dogs, is because they're pieces of me. 11 and a half years. I've been mobile now 12 years, grooming So on the road 12 years, grooming 16. So year 4, I went completely solo. But year 2, I started with, trickling into the mobile. But that's why, because there's a relationship with a lot of the dogs. And I'm like, what's up, Finn? What's happening with you today? You all right? You gonna sit down all day?
When they're having good days and bad days. And I mean, it is. You form a relationship with them. And I'm slowly getting into that, where I'm just at year 2. I just moved from, 2 cities over, so I'd start all over. Start with all new clients. A couple of them followed me, but it's like an hour drive, so I mean, I get it. But, and it's like...
But sometimes it's good. Sometimes that's good, because at year 1, you would have allowed for year 0.
Yeah.
From 0 to 2, you allow a lot of, for lack of a better word, BS to happen.
Yeah,
You're
you do.
Okay.
Because you're like, I can't say anything.
Right. And then when you finally, get more knowledge and power, that's when you start to say, no, you're going to pay for dematting. No, you're going to pay for, extra hand stripping. Whatever it is, you're going to pay for the Hydra shampoo. You got to pay.
Yeah.
So sometimes moving, and I tell groomers this, I was just talking to Tiny Dog's Kristen Olsen. She did the Groomer Appreciation Day. And we were just talking about mobile and gas prices, and I'm just like, no way. This can't be that people don't want to pay in California. She's like, no, it's true. And I'm like, it's unbelievable. And see, that's my thing also for doing the lives. Because I also have clients that follow me.
Yeah.
I have everybody. Just a lot of different people. Barbers, clients, just a mix. And the education, there are some methods to why I do certain things. The education that they learn, the process, they never knew hand scissoring was a thing until they told me. They were like, you don't even use a machine. I'm like, sometimes I don't. Sometimes the prep is done and then the rest is all scissors.
Yeah.
They were like, oh my God.
It's just so many people don't know what we do.
Yeah.
They just drop their dog off.
Social media has really helped that. Oof.
Yeah.
The stigma of the whole industry is now, like we said, it's the time, because now it's mostly the millennials. Right now, you're competing, your career's starting, you're moving, you're really getting underway. I don't know your personal life, but I don't think you want to have the baby anytime soon. This is what's happening now. So your pups are your babies, and then it's 1 and it's 2.
Yeah.
I had 3 dogs for 13, 14 years before I even had a kid.
Yeah.
So it was my world, it was my being, and millennials not having children so quickly, they become the children, they become the highlight, and they want the color, they want the creative, they want all these foo-foo crazy things, and the fusion, because oh my God, they see it online.
Yeah.
So
you see it on Pinterest. I get so many Pinterest photos from clients. Can you do this? And it honestly makes me happy when I get it, because I'm like, I can do something fun today. I don't have to do a 7 shave down. So, but it's helped a lot. It's changed the whole culture completely.
I love the biggest thing is the double dog discount. I says, when you guys pull your cars into the mobile or the Shell station or wherever you get your gas, if you have 2 cars, do you get a double car discount? No. I will tell them just like that, and they look at me like, womp womp. Well, you just shut that down. And I'm like, exactly.
Yep, I did.
I had a ride along with 2 people, and somebody was, do you have policies? And I'm like, yeah, the policy is, I come from the school of hard knocks. This is how we're going to do it.
Yeah, you're going to do it my way, or you can go somewhere else.
Yeah, you don't pay your bill. I'm not going to bring out my policy. I'm going to go to your front door, and I'm going to tell you about, you see how I'm leaning in?
Yeah.
There's the Bronx in me. There's the New York in me. So, and I don't advocate any new groomer not to do that. I think that's the best thing. But for me, I have no hair on my tongue. I'll tell you like it is.
I love that. That's great.
I think that is the downfall for groomers in this industry. There's where there's a hurt. They have a love for the animal, and they're introverted. They're not as extroverted as me.
Yeah. So
they need they would need the policies, because I've done seminars. I've been charging $45 for the same dog mobile in an area of Rhode Island that's super affluent. I'm like, wait a minute now this is not right. And it's the fear and inability to say, I am worth every year an increase. You guys I used to work for Corporate Coach. My background is I actually love cars, so I'm the opposite of you.
So you're the opposite of me.
I actually went to the Fame School in New York City. So Fame, I Want to Live Forever.
Okay.
It's called Music and Art. I went there for art, a classic draw. And then I love cars because I'm just a big tomboy. I mean, it was inevitable what was going to happen to me, right?
Yeah.
So you mix grooming with mobile, and then you mix like the free spirit. Like if you put me in a salon, I'm fine. You put me in a 9 to 5 office, there's gonna be some trouble because there's gonna be some loudness. Like I can't conform too much. Like I gotta have some music on. So this is where I go back to saying like I'm in my best environment.
Yeah.
You know, like I've highlighted myself the best. You know, like when you know how to dress your body.
Yes.
I know how to dress my grooming to where it needs to be. Like, you know, I'm not gonna put a standard poodle in there because I know I don't have 3 to 4 hours to execute that full haircut the way it needs to be. Doesn't mean I can't do it, but you have to pick and choose. And I think this leads into like why I do what I do. I want to bridge the gap between competitive and pet grooming. Yeah. Because I feel like there's a big, even still now, like even me going, I'm a pet groomer. I'm not a competitive groomer. We'll get to that why I never wanted to do that or why I didn't do that. But that's a good question. I don't think that you can discount one or the other. You know, I see online people are like, oh, well, people have master groomer and they don't even know how to like handle like a hard dog because that's all they do. You know, there's a big, you know, there's where I feel like you can bridge it. You can execute knowing the structure of what that Bichon Frise needs to be on a pet dog. Yes. And I think that there's where my niche comes along. It bridges, you know? I know the structure part, then I try to mix it together. So I say, okay, I don't do a standard haircut. So when I see Finn's haircut is for Finn's body. Yeah. So more of like a Kenshi Nagase kind of like attitude. Like I groom for
everyone's personalized.
Right. Like I have a dog that's his name is Rondo, and he's a poodle like Shih Tzu mix, and it's a very short neck. Yeah. So a lot of people don't know that. Change your combs. Go down to a 2 comb.
That's one of my favorite things.
Right. You have to let that face pop out so that they can see, and you bring in that structure in. So there goes into just because we're pet groomers, we need to know both and marry the two. Yeah. And I think that's why I love like going up to somebody like Michelle and saying like she has like a ton of trophies. We just saw her little display.
She just posted all of them up there.
It's fantastic. And why I think that she's so dope, and like I want to do that scissor thing with her. I'm like, I want to highlight. That's why I went up. I was like, I want to highlight my sweetheart. I was like, she's a sweetheart. I gotta highlight these scissors. I did that because I'm like, you know what? We've got to bridge that gap between pet and competitive, and we all can work together. Yeah. Like just because you're on the show ring doesn't make you better. Because I'm in the truck doesn't make me better. We're all groomers. Yeah. We're all looking for the same goal.
Let's switch gears for just a second. And then we'll probably wrap this up because
we got good content.
We got some great conversations going on. I've got some Christmas questions because that is the next holiday. All right, what time of the year do you set up your Christmas tree? Are you like a before Thanksgiving Christmas tree setter upper, or like an after, or do you not set up a tree?
So if you left it to me, if I was never married, never had kids, I would probably have a plant with a couple of ornaments on it. Okay. And some glitter and some lights. That would be it. But because I come from a very strong, like my wife's like the cries when she opens up a box of nostalgic things. The tree was put up yesterday. Oh, so I love it. And it was a fresh cut tree, a hand cut tree by me.
There you go.
Talk about like fluffing and brushing dogs and scissoring dogs. Then we want to cut down the tree with a handsaw on the side of my body going like this.
Like really? Man. Yeah. I've never had a live tree.
My shoulder and my cuff on my right side, I really need to do more manual labor. But yeah, I do cut the tree down and do the whole thing.
You do the whole thing?
For my family.
Yes. I've had my tree up since well before Thanksgiving. Yeah. I'm a disaster. I love Christmas trees, but yeah. I can't help it. What do you want? She needs something.
Super cute. Super cute.
She's my little girl. I love her.
What's happening on there? What's happening?
She's like, I want to be a star. What is your favorite Christmas song?
I I stole Mama kissing Santa under the Christmas tree, Michael Jackson.
Yes, that's yes.
So mommy. Oh, I used to think that was my mother, and she was really. I was like, she doesn't do that. Oh, please, love it. The Michael Jackson version.
Michael Jackson version. That's definitely the best version.
See how I break that in song? It's natural.
It's how it goes. Do you listen to Christmas music in the van, or do you get in the mood for it?
My assistant is actually my niece, so
okay.
We started working together, and a lot of people, I don't know if they know or they don't know, when she was 17 in college, so I would pick her up from the dorm, like, she would
that's
be
awesome.
part-time. Yeah, like, she's morphed into, like, my chief now, because it's her main deal, and she was like, all right, I want to groom, so I've taught her, through this past year.
Yeah.
And she will be graduating soon. We'll be doing that live. That'll be fun.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, nice to show other groomers. Anyways, so she's a little bit of a Grinch. So like sometimes I'll put it on and she'll be like, really, all day long. But yeah, I like Christmas music. But the kids soften you up. They give you that Disney feeling. So yeah, I do put it on.
I can't do it like every day.
Yeah.
But I definitely gotta have it on. Like if I'm in a mood, I'm like, all right, we're listening to. If it's snowing, I'm like, all right, Christmas music is.
It's a vibe. You did get a vibe,
Yes. Let me see. I think there was one more Christmas question. Mm-hmm. Did you have any really good ones that we didn't get answered on yours?
I kind of answered them while talking because they were in my brain.
Because we've covered a lot. Let me see.
No, I think we're good. I answered them. Somebody wanted to know what are the other things I like to do other than like grooming. So I'm an avid gardener. People don't know this.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Like I'm from the Bronx. I have this fade. I'm just so crazy. But gardening, like you said, like it's one of those things where you could see it and it actually grows. It's like grooming. Like it's instant It's not instant gratification, but it kind of is when you cut the lawn. I love the lawn. I love the plants. So, like, I'm huge into, like, the gardening.
I just moved out here, and I got myself, like, this little house apartment thingy, and I have, like, I can plant things, so, like, I went to Lowe's, and I was like, I'm gonna plant all these things, and I was like, oh, I like gardening, but I was like, it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. And the thing is like, I say to myself, is there anything I can do that's not physical? Cut the tree down.
Right.
Put trees in, mow the lawn. They're all physical things. And I'm like, well, my job is physical. This is physical. Everything's like, let's get physical. It's too physical. But as meticulous as I am with my grooms is probably the same way I am with my lawn.
I like it. Do you do it in like the patterns and stuff?
When it's raining, my neighbors are like, "Oh my god!" But they're the same people that roll by my thing and they're like, "Oh my god, like you got the best lawn," and I'm like, "Cause you gotta put the work in."
Yep,
just like the grooms, you gotta put that work in.
Do you like all the patterns and stuff in your lawn while you're mowing and like the diamonds and? Yes. I love
that. My neighbor came over one day and he was like, can I ask you a question? And people watch. I don't know why they watch. Like, why is it such a sensation? Now I've got my push mower. He's like, what is the rocks? I put big rocks on the back of this. People are gonna think I'm nuts, but like how groomers are.
Yeah.
So I'm a groomer, right? But now here's my shift. It's the same kind of psyche.
Yeah.
I put the rocks on the back of the lawnmower, so it weighs it down. So when I do the pattern, it gives a deeper pattern, a deeper checker mark.
Oh man,
boom,
that's intense.
Like gardening, boom, boom, gardening, boom, boom.
I love that. That's great.
They just can't get with it. They're like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, when you grow up in concrete most of your life, just that patch, I have a nice patch grass. A little bit more of a patch. More than a patch, but I tell you, I hate the lawn now, though. The leaves.
No, not a winter person.
No, I
Low kills your gardening. You're got no more gardening till spring.
That's it. So now I gotta kill it with the grooms. Big old fluffy legs, big old beveled feet.
Some more scissoring videos.
Absolutely. And then my kids, I'm super grooming with the kids too. Super tight nails. Like if I could Dremel their nails, I would do the same thing. I think that what we do can just filters everywhere around us in different ways.
Yeah, it does.
So funny.
I love it. I think that's the perfect ending to this whole. It's everything goes back to everything and just circles back. It's just
there you go, boom.
There you go. You didn't learn anything. You learned that.
There you go. But they learned.
I love it. I've had so
All
much
right,
fun
now.
talking with you. Hopefully I
It
didn't
was
keep you
fun.
too long. But that was great first interview for the channel.
Yeah, let's see how they like it. Thank you guys for requesting me.
Yes.
And yeah, follow Allison, follow me, and let's keep it going. Keep the groomers, keep everybody educated, and keep the industry up.
Yes. Second everything she said. Make sure you all put our Instas down below and everything,
Yep.
and all the following and hashtagging and stuff, and just yeah.
All right,
Get through
now.
this
Have a
holiday
good night.
season.
Cuddle up with that
Thanks
little baby.
so much. Oh, I'm going to. She's my little. She hasn't felt good today, so she's like, Mom, give me attention. And I'm like,
That's
I'm
right.
trying to keep her quiet. I'm like, stop.
Yes,
Alright.
and great tattoo.
Yes, thank you. It's a little eucalyptus
I
sprig
like it. I
leaf
like it. It's
thing.
one with Earth. See, if you work with animals, you're one with Earth.
Yes, I love that.
Yes. Amen. Boom.
Yes, boom, mic drop, we're done.
That's it. All
Cool.
right.
Well,
Bye-bye,
thank you so
Groomer
much.
Jess. You got it down.
Bye. Alright, so that was a great talk. I love it. That was great. Like, thank you so much, Jess, for just hanging out and talking with me, talking about some groomer stuff, you know, just stuff we understand. Like, I call them civilians. The civilians, they just don't get it sometimes. So it's really, really cool and awesome to be able to have those conversations with people that have been there, done that, they've learned their lesson, and they're out here trying to help everyone, and it was just great. So thank you so much for your time and your effort tonight. I know I was a little late. I got a new tattoo, so I was dealing with that. I've got to go take this off and wash it now, but so I appreciate that. But I'm gonna pop her Instagram, my Instagram, everything. Make sure y'all follow, like, share this video. If y'all want me to do more interviews, please let me know, and you gotta tell me who you want to see. I love it. It went well, and make sure you subscribe to my channel, so if you want more videos, I will be doing those for you. But until next time, guys, I'm gonna head out and probably go eat some popcorn. But bye. Thanks, guys.